Hey, howdy, and a big welcome back to Clemhawks, everybody. I'm Yak, and let's get this thing going. The Blue Jays, the Twins, the Sunday afternoon ball game we've all been waiting for. Of course, me and Clem have gotten to celebrate each a win, each a convincing win in this series so far. And this morning here at 11:37, or if you're in Central Time, 12:37, just after noon, the Blue Jays and Twins do battle for a big game, right? It's a huge game if you're a Twins fan, huge game if you're a Blue Jays fan, because one team's going to come away with an extra win than the other team has so far in this series, and that's what matters in this one today, seeing who comes out on top. That's why we're live, that's what we're here to do, and that's what we're going to find out as we go along today. Who gets to have bragging rights over who in this one before the Blue Jays move on to face the Kansas City Royals tomorrow, and the Minnesota Twins take a day off to get set for another series on Tuesday. My friends, we are awaiting this ball game. Like I said, you can see right there on the clock, 11:37 Mountain Standard Time, so it'll start about 11:37, 11:38, or 12:37, 12:38 if you are in the Central Time Zone. Now, yesterday you would have noticed me and Clem both missed doing a game review. Clem, for obvious reasons, getting absolutely pounded by the Blue Jays, did the Twins, and for me, out and about enjoying an evening on the town in the big city. So here we go. This is what you need to know about today's game. It's Gausman, it's Smeltzer going to the mound for each team. Smeltzer is a 2-0 this season in 4 games played, a .50 ERA in 24 innings, a .83 whip with 12 strikeouts so far. So he only strikes guys out half the innings he pitches roughly. So that's an interesting stat right there. However, Kevin Gausman has 10 games played so far this season, 5-3 record, 2.51 ERA, 61 innings pitched, 1.07 whip, and a 70 strikeout category. Not bad. So, who leads who? Polanco leads the Twins in RBIs at 26. Springer leads the Blue Jays with 27. Buxton's got 12 home runs to Vladdy Jr.'s 11. I don't know if that's Vladdy Jr. having a bad season or both of them having pretty good seasons. I'm not sure. Luis Arai has a .342 batting average. Guys, that guy just makes contact, man. That guy just gets on bag and makes contact every time he swings. George Springer leading the Jays with .276 average. So you see what we're talking about. Ryan with 5 wins for the Twins. Manoah with 6 for the Blue Jays. The biggest, I guess you could say, swing in all things is the saves category, where Jordan Romano has 16 saves to Emilio Pagan's 7 saves. 70 strikeouts for Kevin Gausman and 42 strikeouts for Ryan. The Twins, though, this is where they take things into account. 4.3 runs per game. The Blue Jays 3.67 runs per game. The Twins batting average so far this season, .244. The Blue Jays, .232. Jays, however, have 3 more home runs, 45-42. And the earned run average for the Blue Jays is slightly inflated at .351 compared to .333. However, it looks like that list of injuries for the Twins is absolutely ridiculous. Maeda, Colom, Gray, Sano, Correa, Ryan, Alcara, Paddock, Stashik, Romero, Winder, Lewis, and Dobnik. That is an insane list of injuries, my friend. That is quite crazy to see that the Twins have that many guys. Obviously, there's some border implications there too, but it just is what it is. So let's go back to the MLB scoreboard, because I want to flash back to yesterday, my friends, where we got things rolling for the Jays big time there on Saturday. The Twins losing 12-3 to these Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays 31-21, the Twins 31-24. And if I can get a box score here, that'd be dandy. As it was for the Twins, the best performance of the game really not going to anyone other than Polanco, who had a hit and 2 RBIs with the homer. And wow, he's leading the team in RBIs at 26, but he's batting 225. That's actually kind of funny. Been productive, but also been struggling. Buxton's batting 216. Celestino's batting 333. I don't even know who he is. But nobody in the lineup other than Arai was batting over 264 in this game. Wow, that is insane for the Blue Jays. It was a great night for Teoscar Hernandez, 3 hits, and then a couple of guys chipping in with 2 RBIs or so each. So pretty good, solid little day, that's for sure. Well, my friends, the Blue Jays now just hoping that they can hold on and get this job done today and take a series victory. And obviously, so are the Twins. That's really all you can hope, right? Is both teams looking to go out there and get the job done this afternoon and get it going. Do you think the Saints are having a hard time with their rosters because of all the movements? I have no clue what the Saints are up to, Johnson. Not a clue, my man. I'm a huge Blue Jays fan, to be quite honest with you. Clem would be the specialist to deal with the Saints, but Clem's answer to deal with the Saints would be nobody cares about the minor leagues. So that's I guess what he'd be saying. Despite wanting to work in minor league baseball, the man always says nobody cares about the minor leagues. That's the best I can do for you. However, here we go. What else do we got that we can fill you in on? See if there's anything on Twitter as we near first pitch. Is there anything? Oh, need a yawn. Need a nap. Okay. Is there anything? Is there anything? I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, there's nothing about this morning's game on Twitter yet, so that is just what it is. So it is going to be just dandy and fine. However, friends, you know what? For the Blue Jays, I think you got to really take a chance and go out there and play some good ball today. That's all it comes down to, is you just got to play some good ball as the Blue Jays and win a game. And if you're the Minnesota Twins, you got to go play some good ball and win a ball game today. It's funny how that works, but if you play good ball, you usually win, right? Unless the other team's just gotten really lucky or something. But it's just the way it kind of works. Is in baseball, especially, if you play a good game, you're generally the team that wins, because if you play a good game, you limit the other team's opportunities, you limit your mistakes, and that usually translates to success. Whereas in every other sport, there's a lot more to it. But in baseball, pitcher's on, you're playing good ball and everything, you're going to be just fine. Now my man Clem's texting me here. Hold on a second. All right, friends. That's it. That's all. Henry, good day. Welcome into the live stream this afternoon, everybody. I don't know where everyone's tuning in from, so this morning, I may say this morning still, it's 11:15 a.m. here in Alberta, Canada this morning for this Blue Jays Twins game. However, if you're tuning in from somewhere in the States, it may be a different time. If you're tuning in from Ontario, it may be a different time. But my friends, here we find ourselves getting set for the Blue Jays and Minnesota Twins. And they've got Caleb Joseph on the Blue Jays broadcast. I'm not sure if you'd remember that name from a couple years ago, but he once caught Kevin Gausman for 332 innings of Kevin Gausman's career. So that's a pretty interesting stat. The most of any catcher in Gausman's career. And Caleb Joseph is now a broadcaster for the Toronto Blue Jays, of all things. There you go. And where was Kevin Gausman born? Somewhere in Colorado, but who the heck knows, right? That's the tough part. You got to choose one of the three options, and that looks overly complicated, so we're just going to not worry about it too much, I'd say. However, friends, like I did say, if you're just tuning in, it is Gausman versus Smeltzer today on the mound. And we'll see what's going on here. Gausman's not even that old. He's 1991. That's what, 31? Yikes. That's 31. 5 years. However, right, it's Smeltzer versus Gausman. I can't find a lineup yet, so that's interesting. As we got to find this out. Okay. Is there anything there? Nope, there is nothing. Why the heck is there nothing on this Blue Jays Twins game at 11:30? That is interesting. Okay. We're sitting here struggling to come up with any kind of news on this game, my friends. I'm apologizing for that. I figured there'd be more pregame amble than this to be had, but I guess not today. Just is what it is early on in this one. That's all right. We'll battle through. We'll be fine. Let's see here what we got going on. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? We're sitting pretty. So far, stream's healthy. That's the biggest thing. That's always the hardest part for a guy like me is the old internet in Canada. She's never good. All right. Cool. Clem is just absolutely having one of those days. That's fine and dandy. Let's see what else I can tell you. All right. Focus in here. Is there anything? What is Kevin Gausman's favorite pregame meal? Pizza, chicken fingers, or pasta? I imagine he's an athlete. I'm going to assume pasta. Oh, he doesn't know it. He doesn't know it. All right, what do we got? Oh, new tweets. Do we got something about the ball game? No, we got nothing about the ball game. Okay, fine, dandy, whatever. Okay. Kevin Gausman, we got exactly 10 minutes to first pitch, my friends. Can't tell the guy's a little tired this morning. I think that's pretty obvious by the way I'm streaming today, but it is a 12:37 Central Time first pitch and an 11:37 Mountain Standard Time pitch, because I know you can be in South Dakota and be in the 2 time zones, so that's a possibility. So we'll keep that in mind here as well, as that's kind of just the way it goes. And let's see, there's still nothing on the Blue Jays game, so let me see if I can go over to the Blue Jays Twitter, see if they got anything, because I know the Twins Twitter ain't gonna have anything. They kind of suck at Twitter. And let's win this. Oh, there's a lineup. Sweet. So It's George Springer, Bo Bichette, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Teoscar Hernandez, Alejandro Kirk, Matt Chapman, Santiago Espinal, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Danny Jansen rounding out the lineup right there. And then let's see what else we got, as we should be able to go over to the MN Twins there and see what they've got for us. As, oh my goodness, can't get down. Oh, why did we pause the live stream? Wait, pause it again. Jeez, I'm brutalizing this. Okay, anyway. Still getting used to this dual monitors. Road trip wraps up with a rubber match this afternoon. It's Reyes, Sanchez, Polanco, Urshela, Larnach, Miranda, Celestino, Gordon, Palacios. That is your lineup for today's game. It's also Royce Lewis's birthday, so happy birthday, Royce Lewis, the newest, greatest member of the Minnesota Twins over the past few months. All right, that's it. That's all. The Blue Jays are in their red jerseys for some reason. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know the Blue Jays were in their red jerseys. It is June 5th, not July 1st, boys. But I'm sure we'll get some kind of explanation. And yeah, that is where we currently sit, as Charlie Montoyo is wearing a Puerto Rico lacrosse uniform. And so there we go. That's all you need to know. Charlie Montoyo getting the pregame interview for the Toronto Blue Jays here on their broadcast this morning up here in Canada, as we await an 11:37 first pitch. We're almost there. It's just about time. We'll be good to go here in a matter of moments. But for right now, there's really not much to know. We've got the lineups. We got everything we need to know so far. And I think we are about as set for this one as we can possibly get at this point. So, all right. Talking about Vladdy hitting that home run yesterday. That's always fun to watch, right? Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hitting bombs. That's always a great time. Danny Jansen hitting home runs. Everybody hitting home runs is always a good time if you're the Toronto Blue Jays. That's kind of what the Blue Jays and Twins have come to be known for over the past 5-6 years, is hitting a lot of home runs a lot of the time. So that's a really interesting go there as well. So we're currently sitting at 0.5 hours watched on the stream. My friends, welcome in. We are getting set for the rubber match between these two teams here on Clemhawks today, figuring out who will be our biggest winner of the series, because right, there's been two kind of lopsided games in this series, and now one of these two teams is going to walk away with a ball game win, whether it be a tight win, whether it be a big blowout win, who knows. But one of these teams is coming out of here with a big win and getting the job done this afternoon in Toronto, as it'll be interesting to see who gets the job done, because right, like with the big blowouts, I don't think there's an easy candidate to pick for the win. And that's, I think, the funnest part about this ball game today, is I don't think anyone's going to necessarily walk away with this ball game right out of the gate, but it's whoever kind of has the big bats at the finish line is going to be the guys that win this game tonight, this afternoon, this morning, whatever the heck it is. But you get where I'm going, is the Blue Jays have some work to do, the Twins have some work to go, and it is what it is. So could not tell you why the records at the bottom are wrong. That is, it was correct a moment ago. However, does not appear to be right now, but don't worry about it, because my friend Mike, this is not my graphic. This is actually stolen from a broadcasting company up here in Canada. I just crop it out of their website and use it as in my own, more or less. So it'll all be good. No worries, no sweats. Just is what it is at this point. We'll be fine. So here we go. Minnesota Twins, though, they're 31-24. The Blue Jays are 31-21 at this point. Today on sports, well, the New York Rangers and Tampa Bay Lightning go to war at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Central. You've got Boston Celtics and Golden State Warriors in basketball as well at about 6:30 or 6:30. Come on, Tyson. 6:30 Central Time, 5:30 Mountain Time. But we're looking for a series win from either team. And it is what it is, yeah. So at least, yeah, biggest thing is, Mike, right? You're not wrong. I know you're saying JK, but I did have to figure out this trick because, trust me, not having a scoreboard gets a lot more angry comments than doing what I do to get a scoreboard. That is for sure. So figured I'd better get a scoreboard. Normally I do that for hockey games because it's nice to have a hockey game scoreboard. When guys always come into the live streams over on Dolany TV and ask me, what's the score, what's the score, what's the score? And it's like, guys, just look at the scoreboard. Quite simple. It's an easy go for you. However, we're currently pacing and looks like we're picking up steam towards the start of the actual ball game stream here where we get out of the pregame amble and get into the game. And only 4 teams have completed the comeback and won the series in the NHL. The Oilers, who find themselves down 3-0 in the series. Okay, that's not good odds. Oh, and again, pausing the... I'm going to have to go over here and get this done. This is going to have to happen. As I have a bad habit of pausing my live stream in the background that I'm watching the game on every time I tune over to check something on a different screen on my computer. So forgive me if I end up a few seconds behind without realizing it, because it is a brutal go that I keep clicking that and doing that to myself. However, right now the Blue Jays waiting for this game to get underway. Same with the Twins. We are about 10 minutes away at worst at this point. And that'll be that. And what else do we got going here? We've got ourselves 19 minutes on the live stream and 2 minutes and 4 seconds average view duration. Wow, guys, thank you for listening to me this morning. I literally woke up at 11:54 and fired up this stream. Yes, I scheduled it earlier this morning, but I went back to bed and had another nap and dang near missed the start of the live stream, to be quite honest with you. But we're good, I guess, and we'll battle through and get this going this afternoon, and we'll be just fine and dandy, that is for sure. As we are just on perhaps the second to last commercial break on Sportsnet this morning before we get things going for real between the Blue Jays and Twins today. And what else do we got that I can possibly tell you about things? If you have not checked out Clemhawks' channel fully completely before, I will, however, leave you 2 post-game reviews from Friday night's Twins game. I think it's kind of telling of the tale of what kind of happened between both teams here today, starting back on Friday. So let me get over there and let me get going. Right now, of course, for some reason, Clemhawks used to be one of the biggest Minnesota Twins channels on the internet in 2019 on YouTube, and then all of a sudden, Clem had to get busy going with school and work, and yeah, that hasn't led to good things, but we're trying to get Clem back on the ride and hopefully enjoying it, so we'll see what it ends up becoming. As that's the Twins Review Friday for you to check out, and this is, of course, be the Blue Jays Review Friday, which will feature me. So Twins Review features Clem, and the Blue Jays Review features me. It's in the comments section, the chat, whatever you want to call it, right now for your viewing pleasure, should you want to go check that out before this ball game gets underway, my friends. We are bottom of the clock, 11:30 here, ready for this game to get up and underway. We've got 7 minutes to go. We'll hear from the broadcasters this afternoon, and then we will get rolling with this ball game, and we'll be rocking and rolling here on Clemhawks this morning. As it'll be nice to see what ends up happening here. Kevin Gosman Going to the mound for the Blue Jays, Devin Smeltzer going to the mound for the Minnesota Twins. And you got to remember when Clemhawks was a budding Minnesota Twins channel back in 2019, Devin Smeltzer was just starting out for the Minnesota Twins. In fact, one of the biggest videos Clem did at the time was on Devin Smeltzer getting his start. So keep that in mind as well. As we move through the morning and afternoon today, in what will be the rubber match and a determining factor for who comes out with a win and the 32nd win of each team's season, might I add, here between the Blue Jays and Minnesota Twins. And there we go. It's just flipped live. There's Dan Schulman and Joe Siddle is in the broadcast booth. Okay, interesting. They're flipping things around and getting it really screwed up on my brain today. All right. Blue Jays love their former catchers in the broadcast booth. Let me tell you that. That's about their favorite thing ever. So, my friends, 2.25 times 21. All right. 5 by 60. 0.8 hours watched on the stream. We're doing all right. Clem's going to be happy with that. Anything over an hour watched on a live stream, Clem is happy with nowadays. So, we're rocking, we're rolling, and we're getting things set for a big time ball game between the Blue Jays and Twins here today. Manoah, they're talking all about him and they're talking all about things there for the Blue Jays, but I don't think that pertains to anything today because it is Kevin Gausman going to the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays, and Gausman's splitter, now they're talking about it. That splitter of Kevin Gausman is absolute wipeout. That is the kind of ball that just annihilates you before you have a chance to even find it. And you can kind of see, based on the swings they're showing here on the game right now, is just it's pathetic swings up against that slider of splitter of Kevin Gausman. So it'll be interesting to see if the splitter is on today and if it's ready to rip and go on and forward. The Blue Jays in the red jerseys today, yet to see any video evidence of the Twins today, so we'll find out what they have in store right away here, that's for sure. But folks, welcome into Clemhawks. I'm Yak. This is the rubber match between the Twins and Blue Jays this afternoon, and we got to see what happens between these two teams because both teams have walked away with a blowout win so far in this one, and both teams looking for potentially a closer ball game where both are in it in the ninth inning and have a chance to get this job done. But for the Blue Jays, you'd just like to see a victory and keep going as you've been hot of late. And for the Twins, you want to keep building that division lead so you don't want to end up losing too much at all. So let's see what we got going here between the Blue Jays and Twins. Is anything here that we can get going? I don't think there is. I think we've got everything covered off. Nothing else that we need to be aware of. Is there? Twitter's pretty dead this morning. It's Sunday morning, 11:34. Folks aren't even done their weekly commitments yet, so that's where I guess we're sitting, is we're getting ready for a ball game when everyone's just starting to trickle back home from whatever they were doing this morning, whether you're out for brunch, whether you were at church, whether you're at wherever doing whatever, whenever. Spent the night at a buddy's house because he had too rough of a night. It just is what it is. And again, I'm getting another comment, this time a text, about the wrong wins and losses. It's the Sportsnet scoreboard, my friends. All right, here we go. Anyway, we're good to roll. It's dang near 11:37. It's 11:35, my friends. We are dang close to some baseball now. Yeah, all right. Anything? Nothing. There ain't nothing we need to know on Twitter, so we are going into this ball game completely dang blind, and I love every second of it because it's going to be a good time. That's for sure. I love going into ball games blind. It just kind of tells its own story and away you kind of go, right? That's half the fun of a ball game sometimes. And currently, folks, we are up over 23 views on live stream. Again, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, Clemhawks is kind of trying to come on back to the old Minnesota Twins sports scene. However, it's kind of been tough because when you walk away for as long as you do, you're not sure if anyone's even watching anymore, and that's kind of been the situation. But we'll make these live streams a little bit more of a regular occurrence, and we'll make things happen here and try to get everybody back in a row here. So here we go. They got a Montana's commercial today on Sportsnet. It's the Blue Jays and the Twins getting to work. Then there's some F1 or IndyCar or whatever the heck that is going to racing. If you're a racing fan, there's some NHL playoffs between the New York Rangers and Tampa Bay Lightning. And then there is as well the Golden State Warriors versus the Boston Celtics in the NBA Final. My goodness, there's a lot of sports on the calendar here on this fine Sunday in June, and it is just what it is at this point because you know what? Everything's come to a head for a lot of major sports, well, specifically, right? The NBA and NHL. For baseball, we're getting into the dog days of summer here right away, right? The next week or so, it's when things really start to pick up and everything gets interesting. We just had Aaron Judge hit the first 20 home runs of the season, so now you're up and running, and it is time for ball to become the biggest thing in Canada here in a few moments' time because the Oilers are about to be out of it probably on Monday here if they don't respond against the Avalanche on Monday. So it'll be pretty much an All-American Stanley Cup again for a, what would that be, 29th year in a row at this point. So, well, All-American Stanley Cup winner, I guess what I'm saying, for the 29th year in a row. However, Jorge Polanco in the lineup for the Twins. He's got a .305 career batting average in 30 games against the Toronto Blue Jays. And I believe he is batting third this morning if I do not forget the lineup. Kevin Gausman, .251 ERA, 61 innings pitched, and a 70 strikeout to 6 walk ratio. That is phenomenal as a starting pitcher, let me tell you. A 107 whip. You imagine, that's making a walk so rare for a guy like him. But here we go. Kevin Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays. Santiago Espinal at second base for the Toronto Blue Jays. He is tied for like fourth in the MLB in doubles right now. Vladdy Jr. back at first base today for the Blue Jays. And I got to try and contend with my cat so as he does not come over and knock my mics out of the socket. As Matt Chapman at third base. They've shown everybody on the infield. And here we go. We're ready for Arise versus Gausman in this one. Folks, here's the first pitch. And it's slapped the other way by Arise, who was just trying to get a jump start in this game. Slap it down the line and away he goes. But he wasn't able to get it down. It's a foul ball. He's batting .342 this season. 1 home run and 13 RBIs on the ledger for him. But he finds himself in an 0-1 count here with 0 out in the top half of the first inning as Kevin Gausman delivers the second pitch of the game, a splitter in the dirt for ball number 1, and off and running we are now. 2 pitches deep into this ball game. Arise, that was one heck of an effort to go the other way. He was a little late on it. Looked like me going the other way in slow pitch. And now Gausman will deal another pitch and it'll be up and he'll go the other way this time and belt it past Chapman at third base, who I don't know why you're not guarding the line a little bit more after he slaps it the other way foul on you on the first pitch of the ball game. However, Arai gets another base hit and he continues to stay hot, now boosting that batting average up yet again. So here we go. It's Gurriel, Springer, Hernandez in the outfield left to right. Chapman, Bichette, Espinal in the infield third to first. And now we find ourselves in a situation where the Blue Jays find themselves with a man against on board at first. Do the Twins have? And now a chance here for Sanchez to come uncorked on a pitch. He does, but he misses it. 96 mile an hour, top of the zone. 0-1 count to Mr. Gary Sanchez now, and it'll be interesting to see here what the Blue Jays end up countering with on this sequence of pitches against a power hitter like Gary Sanchez, who has 6 home runs and 25 RBIs this season. And Orangey, I'm going to need to ask you to get down, because this one's going to be belted the other way. So look at that. If you are a baseball fan, you are happy with the Minnesota Twins in the first 2 at-bats of this ball game, taking 2 good pitches the other way for simple base knocks and getting base runners on the base paths first 2 batters of the game. That's a heck of an effort from the Twins. You got to respect it, because anytime you go the other way and get guys on base and just keep turning one base at a time the other way, you're doing baseball the right way, let me tell you. And it's Arraez and Sanchez aboard at first and second, and now stepping up to the plate, the man leading in RBIs, batting .225, Jorge Polanco, and he will foul back an outside half fastball on the corner for strike 1. Ooh, knew that was coming eventually, just had to try and fight it off, but here we go, folks. Jorge Polanco up to bat with 6 home runs and 28 RBIs on the season, a .679 OPS, 0 for 1 in this one, or 0-1 count in this one so far in this first at bat. Now a 1-1 count, the ball gets away from the catcher. However, it's held up by Jansen, and the Blue Jays see Gausman elevate to a 1-1 count here in the top half of the first. 2 men aboard, as you can see on the scoreboard. That's what I love about this scoreboard. Let me tell you, it didn't have the correct records, but away we go with the correct ball game score. And now Polanco in a 1-1 tie with Gausman here in this first at bat for him this afternoon. Gausman sets, loads, fires, and delivers ball 2. It'll be 2-1 on Gausman's 8th pitch of the ball game. And look at this, he is just going in there, trying not to tip the pitches as much, trying to hide that as much as possible from the from the runner at second base. And look at that, just fires in a splitter that just kind of tails away and out of the zone. And here's the pitch, and it will be ball 3 in this one. And now, so 3-1 count to Jorge Polanco. A dangerous situation here for the Blue Jays, who find themselves with 2 runners on. Polanco is yet to really go out there and swing the bat meaningfully in this at bat. Fouling back the first pitch again, trying to get the jump on Gausman early in this one, which the Twins have so far. And there's Polanco. He's going to absolutely jack this one a mile high into right field. Teoscar Hernandez loses it in the sun because he's not wearing sunglasses. It's down, and the run will score, and the Twins on the error will have runners at second and third. And Teo is not too pleased with that one. Couldn't see it in the sun with the dome open in Rogers Center, and that is a costly error for the Blue Jays right there. 1-0 for the Minnesota Twins right out of the gate, and what looked like a for sure catch turns into an error and costs the Blue Jays heavily to begin this ballgame. He just missed it right off the end of the glove. And look at that, if his glove was about 2 inches longer, he would have had it no problem, but just missed it completely. And it will be an error against Teoscar Hernandez. The next pitch, a first pitch swinging from Gio Urshela, who's batting .270 this season for the Minnesota Twins. 5 home runs and 23 RBIs, a .330 on-base percentage, and a .732 OPS so far this year for Gio Urshela, the new acquisition for the Minnesota Twins. And here's the pitch in there for strike number 2 after the foul ball. And that is now the first 0-2 count Kevin Gausman has had all afternoon, as the Twins write 3 guys on, 3 guys up so far, and Urshela looking to be part and parcel of it as well, as this one will be a swing and a foul ball from Urshela, fouled back there. So he stays alive on 0-2, and that will allow us to continue this at bat. As folks, welcome into Clemhawks. I'm Yak. It's my pleasure to have you along for this rubber match between the Twins and my Blue Jays. It's Clem's Twins versus my Blue Jays today. And here we go. Twins and Blue Jays set for this 0-2 count, and this will be bounced there by Urshela, but it is enough. Exactly what you got to do to score the second run of the ball game. You know what? It's not the sexiest looking play on the box score, but it is enough to get yourself another RBI. And for Gio Urshela, he cashes the runner from third with the ground ball to the shortstop. Now Larnach will come in and bat. .264 batting average, a lefty up to the plate against Kevin Gausman with a runner at third and 1 out. So still a chance here to cash in yet another run if you're the Minnesota Twins, and at least minimum finish off this inning with 3 runs on the board early. And we were talking about lopsided numbers. Well, looks like the Twins might have a chance to put up some lopsided numbers today if they can continue the offensive production through innings 1 through 4 here and potentially knock out Gausman quite early. So right now, a 1-0 count to Larnach, who will see the pitch upcoming from Gausman. He delivers right now, and it will be on the inside half for strike number 1. And there you go. So that is a 2-0 count, or 2-0 ball game. Looks like it just updated for the Minnesota Twins there on the scoreboard. Not sure how far behind that is, but if I'm watching and it's just updating, it's pretty far behind, I'm honestly saying with you. However, this one in the dirt there from Gausman. So we will now have a 2-1 count to Larnach with 2 runs in for the Minnesota Twins in this inning. The error proving costly by Teoscar Hernandez. You make that catch, at worst a runner gets to third with 1 out, and you got runners on the corners, and you can roll a double play with 1 out. But that's not the scenario. It's a runner at third, and this one swung on and missed by Larnach. The first real good swing and miss from Kevin Gausman in this ball game to begin things here in the top half of the first. A 2-2 count now to Larnach, who's looking like everybody else so far to be productive in this ball game. Yes, you can say Urshela got out, but he was productive enough to get the run in. However, Larnach will be the 71st strikeout victim of the season for Kevin Gausman as he goes down on strikes for out number 2 here in the top half of the first inning. And there you go. What a pitch there from Gausman. The splitter absolutely annihilates him. We talked about it in the pregame. You know it's a devastating pitch from Gausman, and he just lit him up for the K right there with the splitter. What an unreal pitch there. So here we go. Now is stepping into the plate Miranda for the Twins. He's been a upcoming hero for them recently. A good prospect getting into the big leagues and doing some great things for them. Jose Miranda at the plate, .190. Average 24 games played so far, 4 home runs and 10 RBIs. 2 of those home runs coming back on Friday night. And they're going to throw him the high heat here, and he's going to go chasing it, pop it up. Guerrero back behind the plate at first, and oh my goodness. Guys, if you know you can't see the ball, wear some friggin' sunglasses. Jesus. That is brutal, man. That is absolutely brutal. Yes, I get the sun is brighter than heck out there, but you've got to be wearing sunglasses if you know you're not going to be able to see the ball. And the Blue Jays have lost 2 balls in the sunlight today. A costly error and foul ball for strike number 2. Jeez, what are the Blue Jays doing here? Mike, you and me both. What are sunglasses? I just went and spent $200 on a pair because I don't want that to happen to me next weekend when I'm playing a ball tournament in a small town north of Calgary, Alberta. Here's Miranda, staying alive, 0-2 count, because Vladdy Guerrero Jr. forgot what sunglasses are on a sunny Sunday afternoon. 0-2 count with 2 out and a runner at third for the Blue Jays. Looking to minimize the damage. It's Polanco standing less than 90 feet away down the third base line from home plate. And Miranda's going to come in there. Low mind games being played by Polanco, and a ground ball pretty much from Gausman. He threw that one right at the dish. Not even trying to hit the catcher's glove, trying to get the devastating strikeout, the look bad strikeout from Jose Miranda. But Miranda's smart enough to lay off, know what's coming, and hold up. And we are currently waiting for this next pitch. 1-2 count to Miranda, 2 outs with that runner at third, but 2 in for the Minnesota Twins. And that is the devastating part if you're the Toronto Blue Jays. A couple costly plays there early in this game give you a come from behind aspect of this game, you have to try and come back. I mean, yeah, sure, you get a bat for the first time in the bottom of the first, and it's not necessarily a bad thing at all because you just go up there and match it. That's all you got to do. But end of the day, you don't want to be chasing. If you're in the top half and you're the ones putting up the numbers, you're much more comfortable, I feel. And for the Minnesota Twins, I believe they are feeling pretty comfortable coming into this game, right? They got some early runs last game out against the Blue Jays in Friday night's win. So why not do it again today here on Sunday? But how about this? A splitter on the inside corner for ball number 2 from Kevin Gausman. And now suddenly this at bat extending out a little bit after Jose Miranda could have been done and dusted here on the 0-1 count. But sunglasses, what are those? As here we go. Pitch in from Gausman. He's going to fire this one. A slider that just rips through everything and goes way wide of the zone. So 3-2 count. I don't know. Do you send the runner from third here on this play? Do you send Polanco halfway? I mean, if it's a walk, then you got a problem. But if it's a strikeout, yeah, if it's dropped, it is what it is. It's a 3-2 count right now. And it is Jose Miranda at the dish. 2 outs here in... I don't know why they don't have the count. I thought they used to have the count on there, but Miranda's going to ask for time. I don't know if he couldn't see things here, but cool. All right, hold up a sec. I'm going to wipe my eyes now that I made them itchy. And Miranda's going to come up back into the dish, settle into the box. 3-2. Count with 2 out here in the top half of the first inning. The pitch incoming from Gausman. And it's going to be a ground ball off the glove of Espinal, and that will cash the third run of the inning for the Minnesota Twins. Jose Miranda, a perfectly placed ball up the middle, and it is 3-0 for the Minnesota Twins right there. Yikers, this game not going the way for the Blue Jays early. Balls off gloves, balls lost in the sunlight. And look at that one. That was just a beautiful swing from Miranda to go right up the middle, split the 2 infielders that were shading the middle, and away you go with a base hit and an RBI. It was almost a great play from Espinal. He might have had a shot if he could have bounced up and thrown that ball, but I think more likely he would have ended up with an error. And now it's Celestino coming into the box for the Minnesota Twins, the 7th batter to come to the plate for the Minnesota Twins today. And Jose Miranda, that was a heck of an at-bat, right? Like, Kevin Gausman threw 3 strikeout pitches there, and he ends up walking up the middle with that ball for a base hit and an RBI. That's what you like to see. Gilberto Celestino has had 32 games this season, 333 batting average, 405 on base percentage, and 4 RBIs. I think he's kind of a guy they just use in the intermediate part of the game where it's, oh, we need a right-handed batter as opposed to a left-handed batter. I think that's what you guys do with Celestino. I've seen him in a couple games. I think I streamed him in one game, but I don't think there's really much that he's playing full 34 games a game. Like, I think he's getting in for an at-bat or something. I'm not sure. Somebody fill me in. Let me know. But Gausman, with an 0-2 count, throws that devastating splitter again and can't get the strikeouts. So that's been the Twins' biggest advantage so far this game. A 1-2 count, and every time except for the strikeout by Larnach that Gausman is throwing the devastating splitter for a strikeout pitch, Twins have just spit on it. And again, they're going to do the dang same thing there. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That is a recipe for success against the Toronto Blue Jays. Kevin Gausman is just spit on his strikeout pitch. You know it's coming. He knows he wants to make you swing. You know you maybe want to swing at it, but the more you can just hold back and play the game in the rocking chair a little bit and make him come to you, it's going to lead to success the other way for the 3rd time this inning by the Twins. And a chance for Teoscar, and they end up tagging the runner at 3rd base. They nail Jose Miranda going 1st to 3rd on the opposite field hit by Celestino. So hopefully that's a base hit for Celestino, because that was a beautiful opposite field ball. But what a cannon from Teoscar. He whips that ball length of the yard and goes right there to 3rd base to Matt Chapman, Gold Glove, Platinum Glove hitter. And bang on, gets it going and done and dusted. We've got 3 outs in the top half of the third, and we'll go into the mid first, or top half of the third, top half of the first. Pardon me, who's this goof? And we got a bottom half of the first coming up where the Blue Jays get a bat. Mike, I believe the Blue Jays were talking, like the Blue Jays broadcasters, the reason I was talking about Gosman's splitter in the pregame is they were talking about it on the broadcast, and I did catch the word tipping in the broadcast. So I'm wondering if there's been a problem this year where Kevin Gosman's almost been tipping the splitter a little bit, and that could quite very honestly be exactly what this is, right? Kevin Gosman's given up the advantage the splitter has, and with the Twins being as good of a ball team as they are, they know to spin on it. And yeah, you know what? You're still, even if you're tipping your pitches every time, you're still going to fool a guy once or twice. But Larnach's the only one that swung and missed heavily on the splitter, and I think he's one of the only ones that really swung on the splitter in the top half of the first inning for the Minnesota Twins. Even there, still, I think that was a splitter thrown to Celestino, but he just took it the other way and did the damage that got Jose Miranda all the way around to third before he was thrown out there. However, Springer, Bichette, Guerrero, Hernandez, Kirk, Chapman, Espinal, Gurriel Jr., and Danny Jansen will be the Toronto Blue Jays lineup today, and they will look to respond here in the bottom half of the first inning for the Blue Jays, who find themselves down heavily to start a ball game. Obviously, for the Blue Jays, 3-0 isn't necessarily heavy, but it's still not a comfortable position to be in. It just is what it is at this point. Kevin Gausman needs a slider. I think Gausman's got a slider, if I'm not mistaken. He just does not use it. And that's just a problem there for the Blue Jays when you might be potentially tipping your splitter, as Smeltzer will come to the mound. Looks like he indeed is a lefty. I did not know Smeltzer is a lefty. First pitch of the ball game for Smeltzer, top of the zone, strike, 0-1 to George Springer in a 3-0 ball game for the Minnesota Twins. There you go. 10 home runs, 29 RBIs for Springer. He's had a productive season so far if you're a Blue Jays leadoff hitter. Ball in the dirt from Smeltzer, 0-1 count, now becomes a 1-1 count here at Rogers Center in Toronto. Smeltzer has allowed 0 home runs over his last 42 and 2/3 innings. Folks, welcome in. I see everyone's just starting to join up here now. Welcome into today's broadcast here on Clemhawks. I'm Yak, Blue Jays fan at heart, Twins fan by adopted fan base because of Clem, and it is a ball game. It's a rubber match. The Twins have the early advantage, 3-0, and I am here for mass chaos today if we can get it, as it will be a 1-2 count to Springer, who just fouled back the last pitch. And now Smeltzer looking to put him away. Smeltzer does not strike guys out much. And there's Springer absolutely launching one, and it is gone! There you go, an absolute blast of a pitch. 42 and 2/3 innings, say what? George Springer goes yard on Devin Smeltzer in a 1-2 count. And the Blue Jays get his 50th leadoff homer out of George Springer. 4th in MLB history all time in leadoff homers. And there you go. He gets the home run jacket, and away we are. This one could be an interesting one. The Blue Jays get their first man aboard and all the way home on one swing. It's 3-1 for the Minnesota Twins now. Hopefully that ain't the only run of the ball game for the Blue Jays, because I hate when that happens. But my goodness, there you go. That's how you start the game and respond. And now Bo Bichette takes strike number 1 from Smeltzer, who works a lot quicker looking than Mr. Kevin Gausman does. Smeltzer is in there throwing him as soon as the batter gets comfortable in the box. That's nice to see, as here we go. The camera can't even cut to him before he's already in his delivery. And Bichette in a 1-1 count, he's got a .257 average, 8 homers, and 27 RBIs in 52 games this season. He will get set for another swing here, and it will be ball number 2 to Bo Bichette. Here we go. Let's see what we got going. Smeltzer will deliver the 2-1. He took his time there. And I believe Smeltzer is wearing what I believe those are called stirrup socks. I'm not really familiar. Honestly, I never got into the baseball fashion, But I believe those are Minnesota Twins stirrups that Devin Smeltzer has up on the mound, and I am respecting the fashion today as a 3-1 count coming to Bo Bichette, and it will be ball number 4. So just like the Minnesota Twins, the Toronto Blue Jays get their first 2 men of the ball game aboard, and look at that. That's okay. That's what you're talking about. The tooth on his necklace there. That's a nice little sharp little necklace. That's for sure. Shiny. But what a blast from George Springer. That was a home run. That is a statement right there. That's how you respond. Go up there, swing hard, do damage, and the Blue Jays find themselves down 2 to the Minnesota Twins in the bottom half of the first with nobody out and a runner at first. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. You know this guy. I'm not trying to curse it for Twins fans, but this guy can tie it with a single swing of the bat, and that would just be the most mass chaos thing that could happen when I'm live streaming a game. Quite honestly, give me mass chaos, give me the views, give me the watch time. Let's friggin' go, baby. Let's get it done. Devin Smeltzer, he's thrown 10 pitches. He's 1-0 to Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and that invoked Gary Sanchez to come out and talk to his young pitcher on the mound. Folks, just want to say, as we're waiting for Sanchez to return behind the plate, 3 minutes and 5 seconds watch time on the live stream. You guys, the guys that have been in here the longest, thank you so much for crushing it. I believe I know exactly who both of you are. Mike, you keep commenting, and I know I've gotten some text messages from somebody watching back home north of me, and there's ball number 2 to Vladdy. Now Smeltzer down 2-0 with that runner at first base and nobody out to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And he's looking into this third base coach, and you know exactly what he's looking for. Give me that pitch and let me turn it loose on the next one. Smeltzer sees Bo Bichette lead off at first base. Bichette's way out there. He's got a good, healthy lead. And Smeltzer will deliver a curveball in there for strike number 1. What a pitch there from Smeltzer. That is how you get a get-me-over curveball into the zone on the outside half. That's a good job there to get going and get the job done here to get a 2-1 count against Vladdy. And here comes a deciding pitch in this at bat. Hopefully it'll be a pickoff attempt over to Bichette. Told you he was getting a big lead, and he finally gets a throw over. So now you've got a reset in this one. Vladdy has to take a few seconds to think things over. And let's see what ends up happening now as we've got Smeltzer taking his time. This is the weird thing. Smeltzer started this game just pounding pitches. And now suddenly with guys getting on and stuff, he's taking a little bit more of time. And Vladdy just fouls one. It would have been a homer if it was straight. Just about 40 feet into the stands of the foul pole, just before the fence over in right field. That would have been a weird opposite field, just bloop home run for Vladdy Guerrero Jr. But hey, the opposite fields work for the Minnesota Twins. Why not do it yourself if you go to the Toronto Blue Jays today, right? A recipe for success maybe in this one for both teams, as Bichette's really looking to get out there a 2-2 count, and it will be a 3-2 count on the slider, I believe, in the dirt from Smeltzer. And Teoscar Hernandez coming up to the dish, and talk about another guy who can tie it or send you up in this game with one swing. It's Teoscar Hernandez, who's batting .400 over his last 9 games. Vladdy in the 3-2 count. However, Bo, more than likely, if I know Charlie Montoyo, is going to be off and running, and this one's going to be ball 4 instead, just off of the foot of Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and we will have the first 3 men of the ball game reach for the Blue Jays as well. And the chase percentage for the Blue Jays so far last 10 games, second. Walk percentage first, and on base percentage in the last 10 games for the Blue Jays at the MLB ranks first. All right, that's good. That's how you win ball games, right? Play good baseball. And here we go. The at-bat from Smeltzer against Teoscar Hernandez, the 4th batter of the game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Nobody out, runners at first and a second after the George Springer leadoff homer. And then, yes, sirree, the last 2 guys have gotten on base. And Henry, Twins, you know what? They hold the two-run lead here. 3-1 right now as it currently sits, and they've got a good chance to keep this game going. All they need to do is roll a double play, and away we go. And first back-to-back base on balls for Smeltzer this year. See, they don't... either I'm talking too loud or they don't kind of tell you that on the Blue Jays broadcast, but a good fine mic, and here we go. Hernandez, no one count. We'll see this one again. Smeltzer throwing him in on the feet of the Blue Jays right-handed batters. Not a bad recipe for success. Back him up off the plate a little bit. If you're the Blue Jays, I don't see why you don't just stand in there and take one off the shoe and load the bases if you're Teoscar, but guys don't like leaning into it anymore as much as they used to, in my opinion. So here we go, 1-1 count, bottom of the first, nobody out, and Teoscar finds a curveball that's popped up, and it goes to first base. Jose Miranda out there in foul territory will make the catch. That one had some legs. I thought it was getting foul just based on the way everybody reacted, but Miranda was captain on it and got over there and got the job done. And here's Alejandro Kirk, talk about a captain, swinging for the fences yesterday, having a great home run yesterday, and now looking to maybe replicate that here today against the Twins yet again. But here we go. We'll see what we can do here with a 1-out situation. Bottom half of the first, runners at first and second. Kirk batting .307, 4 homers and 15 RBIs. And here's the pitch in, and again, Smeltzer using that curveball effectively. He has used it 3 times this inning, I believe, for a get-me-over strike, and the Blue Jays are letting him have it all day, obviously, right? Miranda caught the foul out by Teoscar Hernandez on the curveball swing, and this is a swing by Kirk and a diving play at short, and that, my friends, is a double play to end the inning. So the Blue Jays had a pretty good little run there going, but then all of a sudden some defense from the Twins gets the job done, and that is it. That is all for the bottom half of the first inning in this one here between the Twins and Blue Jays, as we are now solidly into this game, going into the second inning, top half, where the Twins will look to keep it going. Here we go. What do we got? All right. Had only 4 base on balls in his first 4 starts. Yes, sir. Oof. Got to stretch it out. Getting kind of sore sitting in the chair first thing in the morning. You'd think after waking up I'd be good to go. But folks, welcome into Clemhawks. I'm Yak. It's my pleasure to have you along this morning. If you're not familiar with what Clemhawks is or why Clemhawks is live streaming a Minnesota Twins Toronto Blue Jays game, I'm a huge Blue Jays fan. Clem, the owner of the channel, is a huge Twins fan. And of course, Clem's doing all kinds of things, getting ready for a big trip today. So he is tied up. Figured I'd live stream it for him and get some things going here on YouTube for him. Minnesota Twins, that's Clem's bread and butter, folks. Clem spent a solid year in 2019 covering the Minnesota Twins on YouTube, and it was a great time for him, and we're looking to maybe bring it back, run it back, and get it going once again. So folks, if you feel like subscribing and staying tuned for Minnesota Twins discussion here on YouTube, you are more than welcome to do so. And so far right now, just like to give you a little bit of update on what's going on here in this live stream. I always like to share the numbers a little bit. As 3.1, so we are 3.5 hours watched on the live stream so far. I've been live for an hour, so that is pretty stellar. Anytime can be 3.5 times your watch or your stream duration so far, and it is tracking up well so far here as this ball game moves along. I'm sure it'll continue to track along as we go into the later half innings. But right now, folks, we are experiencing the Kevin Gausman show for the Toronto Blue Jays, and it has not been a very successful Kevin Gausman show so far to start this ball game. If you're the Blue Jays, the pitch in will be called strike 1. However, it should have been ball 1 in my opinion. Again, these umpires love calling things ticky-tacky and expanding the zone in weird ways. And that is an instance there against Nick Gordon, who is out in left field for the Minnesota Twins today. And he is going to swing this one and absolutely rope-a-dope it into right field. And there is nobody home in right. And Teoscar will see him get all the way, I believe, to third base. Nick Gordon, a leadoff triple in the top half of the second inning. Palacios will come to the plate. Nick Gordon's third triple this season, and that guy can absolutely fly around the bases. He was moving as soon as he was out of the box. I don't know why you're playing a left-handed batter to push the ball as much as the Blue Jays were. Like, Teoscar was in right center, and it was just a beautiful liner over the head of the first baseman right to where a right fielder would normally stand against a left-handed batter, and it was just a beautiful run around the infield by Nick Gordon to get over to third, and that brings up Palacios to the plate. He is wearing number 82 today, and that is a triple all day. Absolutely. That was a gorgeous run by Nick Gordon, and here's the pitch. High and inside by Kevin Gausman. Knocks Palacios down. Doesn't hit him, but knocks him down to the ground, and I don't necessarily think that's a statement pitch there from Gausman. I don't think he's trying to hit him in the dome, and if you're trying to hit a guy in the dome in 2022, you are some kind of head case, that's for sure. So, 1-0 count to Jermaine Palacios, who's played 6 games this season. He has .67 batting average, and Palacios, right there, the Minnesota Twins' key to success. Opposite field hits against Gausman, 4-1 for the Twins. On another base hit, Palacios cashes in an RBI, and guess who's coming up to the plate? Luis Arraez, who is 1 for 1 in this one. And how did he do it? Going the opposite way. Man, this has been a master class in get the hits any way you can do them and get them the right way. Play baseball the right way, and you will win. Ball right here from the Minnesota Twins. First career RBI for Palacios. That is decent right there. I wasn't sure if he had played it all last year. Didn't want to call it out. So thank you again, Mike. You've been stellar from the Minnesota Twins perspective, educating this poor Blue Jays fan who's down 4-1. First pitch swinging for Arraez. Again, the ball goes out to left field, foul stand. So now Arraez, who's got a .346 batting average, 1 home run, 13 RBIs on the season, steps in a 0-1 count, looking to do exactly what he did last inning, get on base and move around the base paths. He did score a run last inning as well, so it is what it is here, as he is a beast as well. Noted by Henry, he's been stellar this year, and he's, again, going opposite field. Guys, these Minnesota Twins, like, this guy literally looks like the left-handed version of the best right-handed batter in my ball league in a small town that I play in north of Calgary. Is this guy's just changing his feet as soon as the pitch is thrown, and that's fantastic. You know you've got confidence in your bat and your stance when you can do that. And OPS 917 against right-handers, 514 against left-handers for Arraez. Not bad splits when you consider what he's done against right-handers, and he's going to split this one again, just slamming on that opposite field swing. And there you go, not a bad recipe for success so far against the Blue Jays. Why not keep doing it? An 0-2 count to Arraez. 4-1 for the Minnesota Twins here in the top half of the second inning. Let's go. Let's go. As Arraez is going to see this one. Coming from Gausman in the rubber match of this series, 0-2 count. And Arraez, what did I say? He was doing it all at bat. Every single swing had the intention to go to the left. And he will move the runner to second on his second base hit of the game. And that guy is probably batting .350 now. Can you believe that? Luis Arraez is batting .350 on the season. That is phenomenal. What a swing there. And just simply just go with the ball, turn it over, and flip it through the infield. And that's exactly what he does on that swing, right? Stays with the ball, takes it over, shoulders tucked in, and away he goes, closed off, and away you go to the opposite field. 7 hits and 10 at-bats for the Twins. Yeah, they are doing it. They are doing it. And Sanchez will go see a ball in the dirt. And you got to believe Gausman is on a very short leash now. I do not see this going on much longer for Kevin Gausman, who has been struggling in this one. And it's not even that he's been struggling. The Twins have literally come up to the dish with the perfect game plan. I was talking about it in the pregame. Play baseball the right way and you will win. And part of playing baseball the right way, if you want to be really successful, is go with pitches and take them to the opposite field. Just base hit, move the runner, base hit, move the runner, base hit, move the runner, get lucky with a big swing, base hit, move the runner kind of ball. And that's exactly what the Twins have done. If you do that, seriously, if you do that in slow pitch, guys, you'll run up 7 every single dang inning. and it is no mercy in slow pitch sometimes in league play. So that's where it's right. It's an effective strategy at any level of ball. And right here, ball number 3 from Gausman to Gary Sanchez. And I would not be surprised. You walk Gary Sanchez and load the bases here if Gausman does not see his day come to an end in the next batter or two. The Blue Jays just have no answer here for what has been an absolute onslaught of an attack from the Minnesota Twins. And as a Blue Jays fan, can't even be upset at that. It is just beautiful ball being played from the Minnesota Twins. And this one, a fly ball there from Gary Sanchez to right center. So again, to right center it goes, but it is moving up the runner. And that will have runners at the corners, 1 out, and a 4-1 lead for the Minnesota Twins. This game has been a masterclass, fantastic to watch so far from the Minnesota Twins. And that may be it for Kevin Gausman. Pete Walker out to the mound. It doesn't look like Charlie Montoyo came out, so that means Kevin Gausman may be staying in. They wanted to get it going. He has a chance to break 500 for the first time since Bonds. That's pretty phenomenal. Does Louis arise? And now you've got, oh, there you go. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. has the sunglasses, folks. Guerrero has the sunglasses. Espinal has the sunglasses. Chapman has sunglasses. Everybody's got sunglasses. And they're warming up in the bullpen is Trevor Richards. They're buying time to get him warm. I think it will be the end of the day for Gausman no matter what after this second inning. A game just gone awry because of a great game plan by the Minnesota Twins. A fantastic game plan by the Minnesota Twins. Go the opposite way and win the ball game, and that is exactly what the Twins have been doing so far this game. It's been a masterclass in going the opposite way, and it's been fantastic ball to watch. And we are only in the top half of the second inning with 1 out here. That is not a bad situation to be in, my friends. It's a 4-1 ball game for the Twins, but basically just on base hits the other way. Base hits the other way, get runners on, score them. Base hit the other way. 1 out. And guess who's to the dish? The only man who really went 0-4 in on-base situation. And again, he goes the other way. Matt Chapman throws the ball, and that's an error against the Blue Jays. Oh my goodness, guys. This one is just getting out of control for the Twins. They are just absolutely opposite field eating the Blue Jays alive. That one just a slap job down the third base line that ate up Matt Chapman a little bit, and he throws it wide at first. But look at this, a swinging bunt more or less, not necessarily meaning to go the opposite way, but again, just theme of the day for the Minnesota Twins, and it's an offline throw from Matt Chapman, who is normally a stellar defender, and Vladdy has to come off the bag. He still would have been safe either way with a Polanco, and for his second time this game, he gets a board via an error, and Urshela steps up to the dish and will foul back the first pitch of the at-bat. The Minnesota Twins also score a run on that play, 5-1, and it is still 1 out in the top half of the second, and the Twins have a chance here to add a third run in the inning with a runner at second base here in this top half of the second. Gausman up to 45 pitches here with 1 out in the second. And here comes the pitch, and he will throw that one right into the dirt at 98 miles an hour, does Gausman. And I would not be surprised to see Urshela try and take this one the other way and just keep doing what the Twins have done successfully, is pick apart the Blue Jays defense by going opposite field. And they gave Polanco a hit. Good, because he would have been safe had the ball gotten to the base at the same time as him. So there's that as well. And Urshela is going to pop this one out, up and out of play. And that will be strike number 2 to Gio Urshela. So there you go. There it is. You've got another count here against Urshela. 5-1, the Twins lead it in the top half of the second. 1-2 count to Gio Urshela with 1 out. Runners at first and second for the Minnesota Twins. And Devin Smeltzer's gotten a lot of time to rest in this inning yet again. Gausman up to 47 pitches now. And the pitching coach and the manager for the Toronto Blue Jays talking things over, trying to figure out what they're going to do about this situation here brewing up with Gausman. And this one, a swing by Urshela, pop fly on the infield, and caught by Bo Bichette at shortstop for the second out of the game. So Urshela is now done and dusted. So it'll be Larnach, who had the strikeout in the first inning. An easy victim here if you're Kevin Gausman, a guy you want to attack and get and finish this top half of the second and go sit down for the rest of the game, hit the showers early and call it a bad day. That's pretty much all you can do. Larnach, 261 batting average, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs on the season, 339 OBP. And he's stepping up there after the strikeout, looking for a better result this time around. Maybe do what his fellow teammates have done this one, however. A splitter again. To your point, Mike, laid off beautifully by the Minnesota Twins for ball number 1 in this at-bat. Folks, as well, let me know what you're thinking of this stream so far. You can hit me up in the chat. You can leave a like on the stream. You can subscribe, whatever you want to do. Just I gotta remember I gotta do that because this ain't my channel. This is my man Clem's channel. So it's now a 1-1 count to Larnach. But yeah, just stay tuned too. We'll have the post-game shows here on Clemhawks as well. Clem will more than likely have a review up for this Twins game, and I will more than likely have a review up for this Blue Jays game. Funny fact is, it's the same game, so you get 2 post-game reviews from 2 perspectives of ball team fans, and it's not a bad team or not a bad game at all so far, as this one fouled back by Larnach on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball down the pipe. 1-2 count with 2 outs. The Minnesota Twins currently leading 5-1 here in this one now. We'll see what happens here now from this point of view as Gausman will draw in and step up back to the dish, or to the rubber, sorry, and attempt to throw this one past Larnach at the dish here. Pitch coming in from Gausman. High fastball by the looks of it. They're going to go low, and yeah, there's got to be something going on with this splitter of Gausman. Again, a 2-2 count and a splitter coming up. Normally a devastating pitch for Kevin Gausman, and it just keeps getting spit on by the Minnesota Twins. 2-2 now to Larnach, who's looking not to strike out for the second time in the game. And this one, he's just kind of hesitating here, and this one's going to come in and I'll upset field on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Oh, Kevin Gausman is getting loose on pitch number 53, potentially hitting his best throws of the game despite being down 5-1 in a 2-2 count in the top half of the second. 2 on and 2 out. Deuces, baby, are wild. Larnach coming up now with the crowd roaring for the strikeout here and looking to finish the damage with only 2 runs in this inning and get the Blue Jays back up to the dish with a chance to score some. Gausman's going to go for a pickoff move, and that, oh my goodness, Arise just about crapped himself there at second. Lost the helmet and everything. He was back in a flash, but he did not expect that as hard in from Gausman as it did. I think that throw was even harder than the 99-mile-an-hour throw from to the dish there a few seconds ago, to be honest with you. He darted that to Bo Bichette at second, and here comes the throw from Gausman to the plate this time, and it will be on the corner. Punch out, strike 3, third out of the inning, top half of the second inning done for the Blue Jays. Folks, I'm going to take a second to take a bathroom break, and I will be right back with the bottom half of the second inning. Blue Jays up to bat. All right, so it will be Matt Chapman coming up to the dish, batting .202 in 51 games for the Toronto Blue Jays here. 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, 645 OPS, and away we go with the bottom half of the second inning for the Toronto Blue Jays here. It will be called strike number 1 to the Blue Jays batter in this bottom half of the second against Devin Smeltzer. Matt Chapman batting 7 for 23 in his last 7 games, kind of starting to come alive finally if you're a Blue Jays fan. And it will be ball 1 upstairs out of the zone. So it's a 1-1 count. And sorry, I kind of hustled. I winded myself going down the stairs that fast. There's a lot of stairs at this house. Smeltzer, however, coming up to the dish here with the 1-1 pitch. And it will be again a high fastball upstairs, but fouled back by Chapman, so it's a 1-2 count now. And we will see what the next upcoming pitch is from Smeltzer. I'd assume it's going to be the slider on the foot to the right-handed batter again. And this one Chapman will ground over to shortstop Palacios, the catch, and the throw out to Miranda. And that will be the first out. Now stepping up to the plate, Santiago Espinal for the Toronto Blue Jays. What a rough go this game has been early on for the Blue Jays. If you're a fan, that's a tough look if you're trying to win a ball game today. Is 5-1 in the bottom half of the second inning and you're not the team leading. Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough go, that is for sure. But the Blue Jays looking to respond, and Espinal, a great guy to do it. He's been kind of an electric factory for the Toronto Blue Jays all season so far, so hopefully he can bring in something here. The 0-0 pitch is ball 1 to Espinal. So here we go. That's what you need to know there. And give me just a second, as we are currently pacing 5.7 hours watched on the live stream. So at 1.3, we're pacing all right now as Espinal steps up. 3 home runs on the season, 22 RBIs. The OPS starting to climb up because he's got a lot of doubles this season, and that will be strike number 1, the get me over curveball. And honestly, if you keep seeing that from Smeltzer, do you keep giving it to him, or do you start attacking it? At what point do you start attacking it as a Blue Jays fan is what I'm asking. And Espinal goes back, 1-2, the count on the foul back there on the pitch from Smeltzer, and a little fan just made a catch. Having a great day, I'd say. Banquet, or is that a Mill Street? I think that's a Mill Street beer in hand. And this one will be thrown off the catcher for ball number 2. So the Blue Jays finally spit on a strikeout pitch from Smeltzer. We've got ourselves a 2-2 count, 1 out in the bottom half of the second with a 5-1 Minnesota Twins lead here in Toronto. Smeltzer wearing those 6 sunglasses. Man, I wish I could have some of those visor glasses. I was going to buy some, but they're a little just too expensive for really no added effect other than stellar look under the ball cap. I'll have to go get my Oakleys at some point in this broadcast if we can find time. If it's in the 7th inning stretch or something, we'll find time and we'll go get my new Oakleys because I'm dang proud of those. Had a bit of luck yesterday, found some money, and away I went buying some Oakleys. And here's Espinal grounding it again to Palacios, who throws no time wasted. Wow. Palacios is a no-nonsense shortstop. Sorry, I combined a couple words there. He just throws out Espinal as soon as he gets the ball. He's got his first career RBI. He's having a day at the ball game. And he's having a good time. And the Twins are having a day at the ball game, to be quite honest with you. They've been stellar effective so far against the Blue Jays. And Gurriel, now a man with only 2 home runs in this 48 games stretch so far, looking to come up with maybe something here. And Gaurav, you're saying Gausman is tipping his pitches. They were talking about it on the start of the broadcast. We've talked about it a little bit here on this live stream so far. It would appear so. The fact that every good strikeout pitch from Gausman has been spit on except for one. And I mean, even if you're tipping your pitches, you're still going to fool somebody who second guesses themselves, right? But for the Blue Jays, they are not having a good night at all. Having Gausman out there just throwing splitters that ain't doing nothing except giving the other team free balls and having to make him go into the zone with the fastball or something that they can put the other way. It's been a bad day for Gausman, and you just shake it off and hope it gets better a little later on. But You know what? Right now, the Blue Jays just need to start getting base runners aboard. 1-2 count to Gurriel Jr. with 2 outs here. Smeltzer works, and it will be ball number 2. This is how fast Smeltzer works. I go to say 3 sentences, and he's throwing 3 pitches, and it's a 1-2 count. Welcome to it. The Devin Smeltzer experience right now is what us Blue Jays fans and Minnesota Twins fans on this live stream are getting. As Gurriel Jr. will ground it, it will be fired over and out. At first base is Gurriel on the catch by Miranda at 1 bag. And there you go. 2 innings complete, 8 hits for the Minnesota Twins, who have just absolutely annihilated the Toronto Blue Jays early on. And here we go. All right. Let's see what else I can tell you about this ball game so far. See if there's anything we need to know. As Gausman needs a slider. Nothing we need to know. Francisco Lindor tweet. Kevin Goad, they're asking what the hell the Toronto Blue Jays are doing. That's a good question. Getting lit up to begin the game is something I did not expect to see today. While you tip your pitches, that will be what happens. Nothing happening here. Gausman, they're here. Yeah, nothing fantastic. The last thing is a 21-minute to go update from the Blue Jays on the Springer Dinger we got to witness in the top half of the first. Interesting. Okay, that just is what it is, I guess, for the Blue Jays not having a great day at all, and hopefully it gets better here when you switch pitchers and get things going in the next little bit. It'll be interesting to see what happens here for the Blue Jays, if Gausman quits tipping pitches or what. Scott, Smeltzer is pretty good for us. Yeah, Smeltzer's been pretty solid. And the first reliever out of the bullpen would be Trevor Richards. If Gausman gets pulled, he's the man they had warming up in the second inning when things were kind of getting away from Gausman there when Gary Sanchez was up at the plate. So now you got a chance here to see Gausman maybe settle in, quit tipping pitches, and just start getting on with his job. Maybe, I don't know. Be interesting to see what happens here in this top half of the third. Each inning has been at least 2 or 3 runs for the Twins. So now you got to see maybe only 1 run by virtue of how the game's trending. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It just is kind of going to be what it's going to be here at this point for the Blue Jays in this one, it feels like. And that is just, you're going to have to make peace with it. If you're a Jays fan, you're going to have to make peace with it. If you're a Twins fan, that you're going to just have to try and beat up on the Blue Jays starter as much as you possibly can early on, or you might not get anything from the bullpen. There's always that risk, but it's also the Blue Jays bullpen, and you could very well get a lot. 0-1 count to Jose Miranda, who's 1 for 1, and he's going to see this one go off the plate for ball 1, so a 1-1 count now to Miranda, who's got to see things level out here in this top half of the third. Nobody out. We're rocking, we're rolling. 5-1 for the Minnesota Twins. A great ball game. Like, honestly, as a Blue Jays fan, I'm not even upset at how the Minnesota Twins are winning. You can be upset at Gausman and whatever you want, but the Twins have had the most basic, perfect baseball approach I have seen in a big league game I've watched in a long time. Just go the other way, move the runner, go the other way, move the runner, go the other way, move the runner. It's been stellar. As this one's going to be a big swing there by Jose Miranda. He was trying to change things up for the Twins a little bit by pulling the ball deep. He gets it all the way to Lourdes Gurriel Jr., but it's first out of the inning, and Celestino, who just is looking for something here, coming up to the dish now. So Gausman's actually releasing his hand from the glove a little too early is what the Blue Jays broadcast is saying, and we'll watch it right here on the pitch in, and right there, that's exactly what they're talking about. The hand is just coming out of the glove that couple of inches too much that the runner at second is able to tip off the batter at home enough with a signal. Okay, interesting. Interesting go. So here we go. Celestino will see this ball go high for ball number 2. Mike, I'll read your comment now. In his last 9 games, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and an OPS over 1100 for Jose Miranda, who's really come on of late for the Minnesota Twins. That is the first strike of the at-bat to Celestino. 2-1 count now against Kevin Gausman. And Gausman on pitch number 62 of the ball game here, looking to try and come up with a result to get the second out of the inning and settle down. It's been a big improvement, and this will be a big improvement for the Toronto Blue Jays, who get 2 straight outs to start an inning, and Gausman is happier than heck with that result right there. He's smiling about that one. That was a big time needed out for him. And now Nick Gordon, the one man who has absolutely labeled a ball to the pole field in this game for the triple that got him all the way around to third in the top half of the second inning and scored. He will step to the dish, a .261 batting average, .296 OBP. There's Jose Miranda looking at things on the iPad, trying to go over everything here and make sure he knows what he's got to do the next time he sees that pitch. Anyway, the pitch coming from Gausman. It's going to come into the glove, and we're going to watch, and it comes out of the glove again. However, he gets that tight splitter in for ball or strike number 1, the first ball of the bat throwing, and it is an 0-1 count to Nick Gordon. Geez, I screw that up. There's a reason I'm not calling baseball nowadays, folks. Kevin Gausman will step up and throw this one right here, and it will be a foul back by Nick Gordon. 0-2 count to Gordon, who, like I said, absolute pull field. But for the Twins, they have not taken the same approach in this inning that they did against Gausman in the first 2. They have not been pushing the ball to the opposite field so far, and I think that's kind of costing them here, to be quite honest. They had a great first 2 innings, but now sitting on a 5-1 lead, trying to maybe do a little bit more damage and put this one out of reach individually. Not necessarily the worst strategy either, right? You've played the good ball, and now just try and build on it and try and have yourself a little bit of a power day. That's fine, but for the Twins, it would have been really cool to see them come up to the plate this inning and just have the same exact at-bats they did in the first 2. Just keep pushing the ball opposite field, and away you go, away you go, away you go. And maybe the at-bat here from Gordon will be a result of that, and instead it will be a high 98-mile-an-hour fastball for a strikeout. And there you go. That is Kevin Gausman, 3 up, 3 down for the first time all day. And a stellar inning there from Gausman to get the job done, that's for sure. And now all of a sudden, maybe this means it's game on between the Blue Jays and Minnesota Twins here in Toronto at long last. A 5-1 lead for the Minnesota Twins going into the bottom half of the third inning. And I'm just quickly reviewing things, folks. I'm going to give you a video here from Clem to kind of go back on what happened on Friday night. If you haven't already checked it out, I want you to check it out here in one of these half innings. I know we've had a lot of comments coming in here in the past little bit, so get shareable link. And actually, I'm gonna send you the Smeltzer video. Smeltzer to make MLB debut. My goodness, that video was published when? Smeltzer, let me just see when that was published. May 28th, 2019. 3 years ago, Devin Smeltzer roughly made his MLB debut. That is insanity, folks. That's how long we've been gone, and that's 5 in a row put down by Gausman. I'm already forgetting that, but that's how rough the first 2 innings were, don't mind me. But Smeltzer MLB debut video, and I think I might have misspelled his name, but I've already said the comments, so my apologies, folks, is what it is. But there you go. You can watch my man Clemhawks back in the day, back in 2019, when he was doing YouTube as much full-time as he could, covering Devin Smeltzer's MLB debut, and currently in the past what? It looks like it's got some views here. June, it has a total of no views. May, it looked like it got some views. May, it got 16 views. And lifetime, it has gotten 926 views on YouTube. So you can be viewer 927 if you dare. Folks, The catcher OPS, the Blue Jays leading that category by a mile. We're back to baseball. Smeltzer throws in that get me over curveball, but it just cuts right through the zone a little too early and misses everything this time for ball number 1 to Danny Jansen, who's batting 1.015 OPS. Goodness sakes, 7 home runs in 17 games. This one will go in there for strike number 1, so it's a 1-1 count now to Danny Jansen here in this bottom half of the third inning. At home, 8 hits, 3 home runs. He's been effective, that's for sure. And here comes the pitch from Smeltzer, who's again back to working quick. And Jansen will, however, ground to the third baseman. Out at first, Miranda the catch. And that is 1 out here in this bottom half of the third inning, folks. And away we go. Off and running with George Springer coming up to the dish. The lone man to hit anything of substance for the Toronto Blue Jays today, and he is coming up to the dish 1 for 1 with a home run in this one so far. Good for him, but the Blue Jays are going to need more or something else from somebody else if they want to try and win this game here today, that's for sure. So here we go, folks. 7.4 hours watched on the live stream. We're at 1 hour and 36 minutes on the stream so far, so just a 1-0 count to Springer here in this bottom half of the third inning. And the pitch from Smeltzer, ball number 1. So not too bad. And like I said, anytime you can pace 3.5 times or more watch time to minutes streamed, you're doing all right. And so far we're doing that clutch, so thanks folks again for sticking with me despite, as the hours go on, kind of struggling to make words. Smeltzer goes in, throws the get me over curveball for strike number 1. And you know what? Here's the thing. As an MLB pitcher, if you can have a get me over curveball that gets you strikes 3 out of 4 times you throw it, you are doing something right. Smeltzer in there with a 2-1 count and a swing and a miss from George Springer on that one. He was looking to do exactly what he did last time up with that pitch, and he just about got it, but just missed it. And it's a 2-2 count in the bottom half of the third with 1 out here, and my goodness, man, Devin Smeltzer has been impressive. Yes, he gave off the leadoff homer, but that's about it. And now George Springer's going to bloop this one out to right field into the right fielder's glove. Larnach the catch, and that is 2 down in the top or bottom half of the third as Bichette will draw up to the base. Oof. Are we even going to be able to make all 9 today? I don't think so. Bichette, 257 batting average. He walked in the bottom half of the first inning, so he will come up to the dish looking to do some damage here. And Bichette, 8 home runs on the season, and Bichette's going to go the opposite field, and it will bloop into Celestino's glove, and that will be it. That will be all for the bottom half of the third inning, my friends. And away we will rock and roll into the next inning. Interesting go so far here between the Twins and Blue Jays. A game that, well, for the Blue Jays, you wish it was going better, that's for sure. But for the Twins, you cannot wish for much more than you're already getting. A solid effort, a solid, perfect performance from the offense, honestly, in my opinion. And we are currently sitting where we're sitting, waiting for this ball game to continue on commercial break now. And folks, we're pacing all right here on YouTube today. I'm going to quickly check Dolany TV. Of course, I'm Yak. I'm also Tyson on Dolany TV, for those of you who don't know. I talk about the Edmonton Oilers every single day, usually, if I have time. And right now they're in the third round of the Stanley Cup playoffs against the Colorado Avalanche. And I've been posting some videos, and they've been doing rather well, and that's a good and dandy thing. And I wish you would join me over there, as here we go. I'll just put this here. All right, easy peasy. 9 pitch, 1, 2, 3. Mike, you are not wrong. See, I'm looking at that on my phone. And I'll just out this here, and here we go. I don't know why my phone always autocorrects put to out. That's the weirdest thing that I've never been able to figure out, but it is what it is. Nothing here. What do we got? What do we got? All right, we're back to ball in just a sec. I promise you that. And I'm just making sure how things are going over on Dolany TV. So far, so good, my friends. All right, we're back to ball and we're ready to rock. As the Toronto Blue Jays last chance, 50-50 here. Current jackpot, 232, 170. Wouldn't you like to take home $115,000? I don't mind me. All right. Let's get this going. We're ready to rock and roll. It will be coming up to the dish. Palacios, who had his first career MLB RBI just a couple innings ago. He's 1 for 1 on a beautiful opposite field hit, and that will check swing foul off the bat. So for Palacios, a tough go right there, but he'll step in at .211 batting average now on the season, 1 RBI, .286 on bag percentage, not bad. And he will step in 0-1 count now against Gausman. Gausman settling maybe into this ball game now. Strike number 2, no doubt about it, right down the middle. And I guess if you don't allow base runners, you can be a little bit more effective with your pitches. And that's what Gausman's been here in this last run of 5 or 6 batters, whatever you want to say. Of course, getting the last 2 in the second, all 3 in the third, and now 0-2 against Palacios. He throws that splitter, and they lay off it again. I'm telling you. It's killing me. All right, either way, 1-2 count to Palacios. 69 pitches from Gausman so far in this one. And he will settle in, get set to throw another pitch here in this at-bat. Pitch number 70 in the game will be a fastball yanked wide of the zone, and that will be ball number 2 of the at-bat. Palacios coming in, looking for something to hit here. Maybe take it again opposite field, but the Twins, of course, they didn't do that in the top half of the third, so I'm not sure if that is still part of the game plan or they're just trying to yank balls to the pull field now to mess up the Blue Jays, and that's exactly what Palacios does. Ground ball to the third baseman, and Guerrero catches it at first for out number 1 of the inning. Now 6 straight set down by Gausman, and this is why the man is an elite pitcher in the MLB. This is why he has the contract he does. He has this capability to shake off a bad start and start getting outs, right? It was 1 out in the top half of the second, and they had a man warming up in the bullpen to replace him. And now we're in the top half of the fourth, 1 out, and he has set down 6 straight batters. Luis Arraez stepping in, like I said, batting .350 on the season now after 2 hits this game. And he's going to watch a get-me-over curveball or splitter or something from Kevin Gausman that just floats into the zone at 81 miles an hour for strike number 1. Arraez looking for his 3rd hit of the ball game and looking to really keep doing damage here against the Blue Jays as Gausman will settle in again and throw in that one 94 mile an hour right past Arraez, who for the first time it seems all game missed making contact on a swing, and he was a little baffled by that just as I was on that swing there. So an 0-2 count, 1 out in the top half of the 4th inning. The Blue Jays, we'll see Gausman set and deliver, setting up for the inside pitch here, and it will be fouled back just barely by Mr. Luis Arraez, who just gets lucky on that one, enough to make contact and keep it out of the glove of Danny Jansen. And folks, we are closing in on view number 100 on the live stream. Thanks so much for being aboard for this one. If you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to leave a like, maybe consider subscribing to Clemhawks. Whatever you want to do, I am here for it here today, as Gausman will settle in here in the top half of the 4th. 1 out, 0-2 count, and splitter again. And Arraez was not worried about swinging. He was worried about that hitting his foot. And it does not, so it will be spit on yet again for yet another situation where it'll be a 1-2 count and a potential for a strikeout pitch here for Kevin Gausman, but he has not had much success. The Twins have not had much swing and miss in their stuff, and this one Arraez again to the opposite field. First third base hit of the afternoon, and he is feeling it now, batting .354. Is there a potential he could be a .370 hitter in the MLB? Even .360 would be unreal, as he just again makes Gausman come in the zone and takes it the other way, push the ball to the opposite field, and the Twins, after being set down 6 in a row, now have a base runner at first in the top half of the fourth with 1 out. My goodness, folks, this has been a masterclass. As I said it after the second inning, but right now this has just been a stellar masterclass from the Minnesota Twins on going the other way and winning a ball game the right way. And you'll love to see it, right? If any slow pitch team, if any minor league team, if any youth baseball team wants to take into effect what the Minnesota Twins have done right here, just push the ball, get your pitch, and take it the other way. Move the base runners one at a time, and you can do a lot of damage against teams that are giving up hits to you. And here we go, Gausman will check the runner at first. Arise maybe off the bag, almost fell over, doubled over kind of deal, trying to stay on the bag. He stays on. 0-1 count to Sanchez. 1 out here in the top half of the fourth inning. And we'll see what the Blue Jays can come up with here against Gausman now. 5-1 the score for the Minnesota Twins in this one. And it will be fired in from Gausman now. And a swing and a miss, and there you go. The first man that looks badly fooled on the night for Kevin Gausman on the splitter. Pitch count is climbing fast for Gausman. Absolutely, he'll be done after 4, almost guaranteed. And Luis Arraez now batting .354, 2 points behind the lead. And oh baby, Gary Sanchez just got around on a ball, but it was not enough of a swing to get the ball out of the park. I thought for a second, just the way he swung at that one, I'm like, that's Gary Sanchez. That's gone. However, it's a fly ball to Gurriel Jr. for the second out of the game in this top half of the fourth. 5-1. The Twins still lead with Arraez at first still. And my goodness, I'm getting all kinds of wired around here because my sinuses are acting up all of a sudden. It just is what it is. We'll battle through. Don't worry about me. But yes, friends, we are rocking the live stream today. 65 views in 52 minutes. Don't mind me here, as Gausman will settle in. 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth with that runner at first, and he will throw this one, trying to get me over with a fastball. However, it's a 95-mile-an-hour ball outside of the zone, wide and out. And here we go. Jorge Polanco settles in, batting 1 for 2 in this game after that hit that they credited to him against Matt Chapman on the opposite field. Whoopsie-doozy, a swing to the third baseman. And Gausman, in this 1-0 count, delivers. And it will be swung on and missed from Polanco. He was trying to almost swing out of his shoes to make contact with that fastball. And now we'll settle in for a 1-1 count here. 2 outs in this top half of the fourth. Polanco has to take a second to regroup and refocus himself. Why not? You know what? You took a big swing at that. Take a second to settle in and get going. That's all I got to say there. As Gausman will deliver this pitch, and it will be high and outside and up and out for a 2-1 count. And all of a sudden, I could use a nap again, folks. I could use a nap. 82 pitches now for Gausman here in this top half of the fourth. He's going to get through 4 innings, and that's going to be about it for him this afternoon. 4 minutes, 36 seconds average view duration on the stream. Again, thank you to everyone for tuning in so far. Can't say that enough. It means a lot as we've climbed over 100 views, and that is strike number 2 to Polanco on the inside half of the zone, mid-cut. And we will have a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth inning. Gausman settles in. Polanco back in the box, and here we go. This is seeming like a big doomy pitch here. For Polanco, he'd like to do something with it. Gausman, he'd like to go hit the showers and call it a day with 83 pitches. And it will be fouled back by Polanco. A good job to stay in it for an extra few seconds and stay around and get this going. So here we go. We'll redo it 2-2. And this seems like the biggest battle of the game so far that Gausman has had. Polanco really taking his time. And of course, Gausman really taking his time. And both players really trying to make an impact on this at bat. This could be one of those where were you kind of the game at bats, and this one a splitter. Spit on again by a Twin. Like they can see it coming from a mile away, don't even bother throwing it anymore. 3-2 count now to Polanco. Runner will be off at first, and you know Polanco's been looking for this all at bat long. A chance to get a runner in motion and maybe get something into a gap and score a runner here to make it 6-1. And midway through the ball game, put this one potentially out of touch for the Toronto Blue Jays to pitch in, and Polanco will pop it up and out of play. And that is pitch 86 of the game for Kevin Gausman now. And folks, the watch time on the stream is absolutely climbing. Thank you again. Can't thank you enough, like I said. However, Polanco will draw back in for this 3-2 count. 2 outs. Arraez has already been off once from first. He'll be off a second time from first here in a matter of seconds when Gausman delivers the next pitch. He's got the ball behind him. He's working it around, looking for what he wants, and he gets it into the glove here. And he's going to work it and stand on the mound second, and there he's coming, and grounds it into the dirt. That is ball 4, so the Twins will extend the inning here and work with another man on, men at first and second now for the Minnesota Twins here in this top half of the 4th inning, friends. And what am I missing here? Just trying to tidy up, make sure I'm not missing anything on the back end of YouTube. Don't think I am. I think we're doing all right so far. That's good. That's dandy. That's gold. And let's keep going here as Gausman will be done for the afternoon. They will yank him right here. So that was indeed his last batter of the ball game. And we will have a pause for the cause in the action here. So let me take a drink. And let me tell you about the live stream and what you need to know so far here this afternoon on Clemhawks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yak. I am not Clem, I am Yak. Live streaming this Blue Jays game as a big Blue Jays fan, but really appreciative of what the Twins have done so far in this one. They have been stellar, and there is no denying that. And folks, we've crossed 8 hours and a 1/6 of live stream time here on Clemhawks, so thank you for being here. And I really appreciate everybody being along for the ride today. It's a tough game for the Blue Jays so far, a 5-1 game for the Minnesota Twins, who have been pretty happy with how things have gone. And for a record-breaking 5th time, Patrice Bergeron is your Selke Award winner in the NHL. The Eastern Conference Finals set to begin in 4 minutes' time on everywhere around the world. And here we go. Nothing else we need to know. Nothing about this ball game. So there you go. Twitter's pretty dead today. Not much to really know about the ball game so far, and that's fine. It just is what it is. But we'll keep moving along and hopefully looking for something here in this one. So folks, did you do anything else? The shortest outing by Gausman this year, 5 innings or more in every other start. Yeah. But, Mike, the Twins came with a good approach, right? They were staying off the splitter and swinging opposite field all afternoon long, and it was as effective of a strategy as you could possibly use against Kevin Gausman, who gets the pat on the shoulder from Charlie Montoyo. And, of course, the Blue Jays will turn. Who is this, Trevor? This is David Phelps coming out of the bullpen. All right, he's got a 2.25 ERA on the season, 20 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, and he's been effective for the Blue Jays out of the pen, so this is how they go to here. Do you think the Oilers are done next game? Scott, the Oilers are most definitely done next game, but what a play there at first base by the Blue Jays to throw down on a 1-0 count on the first pitch from the reliever, but can't get the man at first base. And look at this. That was a great play by Jansen and Vladdy. They had the runner hung up in no man's land, and they have him. That's an out. That's an out right there. If that is challengeable, that is an out. They got him on the hand before he got back to the bag, and this is a weird play here, a throw down from first to the catcher, but the Blue Jays are not going to catch the break. As far as they know, I cannot challenge it, so an interesting go there. Vladdy knows he got him, but we will continue to play ball with 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th inning, and that's a swing and a cut by Urshela, who is 0 for 2 in this ball game. An RBI ground out and a pop out so far for him. now up to 24 RBIs on the season is Urshela. And away we'll go. Yeah, so Scott, to answer your question, yeah, I think the Oilers are done. And that's not a problem. I don't think that's a problem. Great run is what it is. And regroup for next year. Can only come back stronger, right? As Phelps will settle in here. 2 outs in the top half of the fourth. He'll walk the man back to second on the pickoff move. And in this 1-1 counter, Urshela is just looking to do anything. Honestly, if you're Urshela, going opposite field might not be the play here against Teoscar, who's already gunned a runner, but going up the middle for a base knock and an RBI sounds really good here to get that 6-run home. And right there, swings right through it. Defeated on the pitch there, 1-2 count. Now to Urshela with 2 out here in this top half of the fourth inning. And on deck, Larnach looking to come up and maybe have a better result than he did in that first at bat against Gausman. And I can't remember what he did in the second at bat, but I don't think it was too much major. I think it was part of that 6 in a row set down by Gausman there at one point end of his outing. And this one fouled back by Urshela. 1-2 count here. 2 outs in this top half of the fourth, as I said. A 5-1 score with runners at first and second for the Minnesota Twins, who are now working the pitch count against David Phelps, who has thrown 4 pitches out of the pen. Almost had out number 3 at first. No call in the favor of the Jays there. That's fine. And we'll go on to play a 1-2 count here. Urshela's back in the box ready for this pitch. And Urshela is going to drive this one into left center. Hangs up, and Gurriel will make the catch about 30 feet short of the warning track. And that is out number 3 at last for the Toronto Blue Jays in the top half of the fourth. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will come up to the dish here in the bottom half of the fourth for the Toronto Blue Jays, looking to do some damage and get on base or take a walk or do anything he can do to get things going for the Blue Jays. Here we go. So, what we got going on? Tampa Bay goes 12-6. Riley Nash in for Foot. And is there anything we have to know here? As that is it. That is all here. And there is nothing else to know about that. So there you go. That's where we're currently sitting. The Blue Jays down 5-1 to the Minnesota Twins here. Middle of the fourth inning, folks. Again, welcome into Clemhawks. I know there's just some people joining in and out a little bit here as we go along. So welcome in. Appreciate you being along for the stream today. In case you haven't already, make sure to consider subscribing to my man Clemhawks here. I'm Yak. I'm not Clem. You'll see Clem talking about the Minnesota Twins more often than you'll see me talking about anything here on the channel. And for the Blue Jays, they're looking to rally down from 5-1 here, starting in this bottom half of the fourth inning to try and make it an interesting ball game. But right now, we don't got much interesting about this ball game other than a stellar game from the Minnesota Twins going the opposite way. And Vladdy hitting that home run yesterday. He had a stellar game yesterday with that home run. I think that was a really tough one for him to hit. And of course, now I wipe my nose and away the itchy goes. Just is what it is now. Did it to myself. And give me a sec here. Now currently at 8.8 hours watched on the live stream. Again, thank you for tuning in, folks. Really appreciate it. And we're really trying to push towards 4,000 watch hours. Currently just off the pace by 2,050 hours. So every 8 hours extra in a day that we can come up with in 2 hours of streaming ain't a bad extra get. That is for sure. And here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 12 home runs, 29 RBIs on the season, walk in the first inning. And he comes up looking to do some damage here. The current home run leader, Aaron Judge, 20 home runs. So Guerrero's got some catching up to do, that is for sure. And Smeltzer delivers the 1-0, and it will be swung on and missed by Vladdy for strike number 1 of the at-bat. A 1-1 count now with nobody out here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Last homer in 3 straight games, June 21st versus Baltimore. And yeah, that was an interesting little stretch there for Vladdy back there in June. And he's going to take a page out of the Twins playbook and go opposite field, and he's digging. He was thinking 2 out of the box, but it will be a single, a long single for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to lead off the bottom half of the fourth inning. And sorry, Give me a sec. My sinuses are getting all clogged up here. All right. There we go. Vladdy just absolutely delivers an opposite field power alley swing. And he's busting out of the box, but he just can't get around first fast enough to get to second. And they thought about throwing down, but the first baseman not in position. The second baseman not in position to get that going. So it'll be a leadoff runner at first base. Teoscar Hernandez coming up to the dish. 227 batting average, 3 home runs, and 14 RBIs on the season for Teo. And here we go. Chance here will be a ball from Smeltzer to lead off this at bat. So there you go. That's what you need to know right away. Hernandez will go in looking for anything. Honestly, if you're Hernandez, I don't see why you don't take a second page out of the Twins playbook and load up runners at first and second by going opposite field right here. And the get me over curveball, that time looking for a strike, gets it on the swing and miss by Smeltzer. So there you go, 1-1 count there. One of the rare instances where the Blue Jays have really attacked that get me over curveball from Smeltzer here early on in this ball game. Now almost midway through, as Smeltzer delivers the 1-1, and it'll be thrown in there. And Teoscar accidentally on a check swing goes the other way, and it will be a double play for the Toronto Blue Jays. A terrible swing there from Teo, absolutely crossed up. And the Blue Jays are pretty happy they got that play to go. Or no, sorry, the Twins are pretty happy they got that play to go, my pardon. Crossed up here, getting crossed up. The sinuses are getting covered up. And yeah, Smeltzer is not a strikeout pitcher. That's the thing. Smeltzer has a 0.5 Ks per inning, or 4.5 Ks per 9, or whatever you want to say. He is not a very effective strikeout pitcher, but Kirk stepping up, 304 batting average, 4 home runs on the season, and this will be ball number 1 from Smeltzer here in this at bat. So Smeltzer now working with a 1-0 count. Bottom of the 4th, bases are cleared after the double play. He's got Alejandro Kirk to contend with, and it will be ball number 2 in the dirt there. So settling in now, getting comfy watching a ball game, that's for sure. And it's a 2-0 count with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th. Kirk looking to do some damage maybe, and that will be a beautiful swing by Kirk. And no doubt about it, goodbye. That is the second home run of the afternoon for the Toronto Blue Jays. My friends, it is 5-2 on a laser beam moonshot shot from Alejandro Kirk. And yeah, he'll tell the dugout what's up. And my friends, that one's long gone. 5th home run of the season for Kirk. A young fan in a Blue Jays jersey caught that one. And he will walk off into the jacket there as he will go down. And there is the jacket for Kirk. He will put it on, and away they go with a huge time home run to cut the lead down to 3 runs. And suddenly, my friends, this is a ball game again, right? 5-1. The way it was going, it seemed the Twins were fully in control, but here we go. Kirk is now gotten the Blue Jays back into it, and stepping up to the dish is Matt Chapman. 0 for 1. Count now, 0 for 1 on the ground ball to get that second inning going. And here we go. Chapman will swing and club a ball right back foul. And Smeltzer this year, 12 Ks, 34 ground balls, and 38 fly balls. So he's been an effective get you out in play pitcher. You can't even call him a ground ball or fly ball pitcher, but he's been effective at getting the outs, that's for sure. Jeez, my sinuses. I'm going to have to, next half inning, go upstairs and blow my nose, that's for sure. This one, ball 1 to Matt Chapman, a 1-2 count now to the Blue Jays' third baseman, with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th. And they're going to sit in. Smeltzer looking for a pitch here, maybe a strikeout, but it will be fouled back. Smeltzer getting his 13th strikeout of the game, or the year, seems unlikely. And OPS during 9 and 1 run, Kirk 114 or 1476. Teoscar Hernandez 1119. Bo Bichette 1009. Springer 10.05, and Guerrero 9.69. But how about that? Chapman, a get-me-over swing, gets it through the infield, and that's a base hit for the Blue Jays. Their third of the innings so far. Interesting go, interesting go. The Blue Jays suddenly getting runners on, getting the job going here, and suddenly that'll get the manager out of the dugout for the, or is that the pitching coach? I don't think that's Rocco Baldelli. I've seen the man before. And Smeltzer is going to meet guys here, and they're going to talk things over. Smeltzer looks like he's staying in this game now, at least. And they're just trying to work things around. Espinal coming up to the dish. Usually an easy out in the Blue Jays lineup, but not so much this year. They're looking to just try and work things over and get the job done to get out of this inning now. If you're the Minnesota Twins, Kirk rewatching his home run. Oh yeah, I hit that ball good. I hit that ball really good, he said. And we're currently just waiting for this game to get the pitching meeting done here in this bottom half of the fourth inning. And folks, I think that's going to be it. That's going to be all for me here in this ball game. A guy is getting a little hungry, that is for sure. So we're going to set off for lunch here after the bottom half of the fourth inning comes to an end. A good run it's been on the live stream today. That get me over. Curveball again from Smeltzer. Strike one to Santiago Espinal, batting .273 now after the ground out in the second inning. And we'll see what happens here in this at bat, if anything major happens, or if I'm going to eat lunch. Interesting note, right? Espinal would look for a homer here, would be nice, but that would bring us within one, and away we'd go with a 5-4 interesting game, and the Twins would have to come up in the top half. Oh, that one is not going to get up and over the screen. That was a terrible throw from the third base coach, but he finally gets it up and over, and away we go. And I'm not out of here yet. I've got a little bit to go. That's 5'7". I got all the facts that matter. Yeah, no doubt. Definitely. All right, here we go. 5'7" pitching coach. Yikes. I don't know. How do you have a pitching coach that's 5'7"? Aren't pitchers normally just like freaks of nature big? Matt Chapman with the eye black on. Looking for Espinal in an 0-2 count to do something here against Smeltzer. Smeltzer delivers, and how about that? That's how we'll finish the afternoon on Clemhawks, folks. A strikeout from Devin Smeltzer. I'm Yak. I'm going to be up on out of here. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you folks in the next one.